Yo.
All right, we should be good now. There we go. I uh, didn't unclick something. Alrighty, so uh, Ian is here. As you guys will see in a minute, it'll pop up on my screen. I'll unmute somebody from the party. We're going to do a short interview with them, and then we will continue on with all of the awards that were given out this year for whether it be best player, whether it be the MVP. Well, the MVP isn't awarded just yet. The MVP will be awarded at the end of the season. But whether it be, like the Vesna, all of that. So we will go ahead. You want to do I Bleed Blue or Ingestic Figure first?
Alright. Alright, I'll start. Hey guys, this is Dog here, and I'm going to interview Ignition Figure first, who has won the Scott Stevens Award for most hits in the league. What's up, Ignition?
It's Ignescent, but hey, Ian, how you
Hey,
doing, man?
hey, sorry I butchered names, but hey, what's up?
It's all good, man.
Um, so, how was your first season in the league, like ever?
It was interesting. I mean, it was a learning curve, obviously. When I first got into the league, I had no clue what I was doing. But started getting more games in, more weeks, and I figured out some of the animations about getting hits, getting close up, pinching, and all that. Started figuring out people's tells, what games I can get a lot of hits in, and there were some games I was getting 12 hits a game, and they just started stacking up, and I got an unreal number.
So,
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
something that like you see a lot of these guys that they, as some guys call it, they're using the L2, getting around defenders. Uh, what was something that you had to kind of adjust to when playing those teams? If you could give us a little insight on that.
Well, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are kind of more dangling. They kind of glide with it and they slow themselves down so you can't get a good hit on them. And you get a feel for that at the very beginning of the game. As soon as the first face-off happens, you kind of get a feel what kind of wing that is. So if I see somebody that dances a little bit more in the very beginning, I always hold back. I always stay back a little bit more instead of coming straight into the zone, because then you know that they're going to try to dance right away and they're going to come right to you, and then that's whenever you can get them and you can set them up. But if they're coming straight down, you can come straight up into the zone and you can cream them, and you should be all set from there. So it's all about knowing who you're playing and kind of just figuring it out early, and then playing the rest of the game how the wing is
So
playing.
it's more or less you're adapting to their style of play and not forcing your style of play on them.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about what they give me, not
Okay.
what I can
All
take.
right. Well, this is obviously the first year of Worldy, and us here in Worldy, we decided that more or less like the fans, uh, well, what's his plus minus though? Huh? Well, yeah.
Mine is terrible.
What teams this guy play for? Was wondering the same thing. Oh, he played for. He played.
Arizona.
Yeah, he played for.
That's
He
who I was
played for
on.
Arizona. Costing goals, was that something, or was it that you had guys?
There was a few times where I'd pinch too much and I could get breakaways, but I felt like me and the other guy on my defense who was up there and hits, his name was Austin Brew. Me and him were pretty good on having one of us kind of pinch up and play offense, and the other one kind of back out to protect any breakaways. But a lot of our goals given up weren't on really us pinching; they were on bad passes. I felt like chemistry was our main issue, and we had a lot of passes that went straight to the other team, and they could just take
Okay.
it all the way. But there were times, but we kept a pretty good handle on it.
Ah, and well, like I said, us here at World, we put a poll out You know, whether it was going to be the Tom Wilson Award. Everybody has seen Tom Wilson's hits. Everybody knows, you know, him.
It's
Yeah,
Scott Stevens Award.
I know. Nah. Uh,
Yeah, and he's talking about how y'all decided that.
and
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
and so it was, you know, we put a poll out, and you know, some guys answered, and it was,
Yeah.
you know, that the Scott Stevens seemed to be, you know, the popular vote there. So we went ahead, did the Scott Stevens, and you will go down obviously as the first recipient in the World E-Hockey League of the Scott Stevens Award. You know, how does that you know, affect how you feel towards a league, or you know, like, does that make you want to be, you know, does that make you want to, how do I say it, like, drive to be,
You kind of, if it makes me want to be even more harder, like go for more hits, or kind of be more
that,
aggressive with
and
it.
you know, like, is that going to help you, like, when it comes down to, like, you know, getting guys to play with you, you know, like, hey, like, I can play defense, you know, or like something along those lines. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does bring a sense of kind of more confidence, because I know when I first started playing in this league, I had none because I've never played this game before, before now. So it brings a level of confidence and a more sure-handedness that I can bring to a new team, and I could take and be like, hey, you focus on your job. You don't have to worry about me, and that makes everybody feel a bit more comfortable with what they do. Because with a good team, you have people that can do their job, and you're confident that
Okay.
they can do their job. But I'm gonna try my best to not let it be. I'm not gonna let it go to my head and kind of make me more of a bad person about it. I feel like I'm gonna keep trying my best to get better at the game and understand hockey more. And I think it's gonna be more of an improvement kind of thing than a
Okay.
kind of a con. More of a pro than a con.
Well, also, T-Sibs, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Something, you know, that obviously all defensemen here, like, you know, oh, you're just a defenseman. Like, was that, like, your number one position? Or did you have, or, like, were you just kind of thrown back on defense and that was just something you did? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, when I first started playing this game, I started playing with, he's in this car right now, Ian. I started playing with him, and his position was defense. So whenever we first started playing together, he was like, hey, how about I play left, you play right? I'm going to get you used to this game, and you can start here. And I just started there, and it got to the point there was a lot of conflict in our general managing and our ownership, and Ian ended up leaving. And they asked me what position I played, and I was like, well, I've only played defense. That's the only thing I've played. So they stuck me back there, and I was just a time-to-time player, and I just stuck there. And I learned it the more the season went on. And I dabbled offline, like off-league, in off-league games. I did some wing stuff. But I think the spot I'm most comfortable in is defense, either side.
that's awesome. You know, I mean, most teams are looking for defense. So, you know, and some of these teams that are out of the playoffs, you know, winning an award like this, or you know, being a, you know, if you can come out and be a solid defenseman in some of the scouting games, like that can help, you know, and I think that's something
Yeah.
that
Defense is one of those not very glorious positions, because people think of, I want to score goals, or I want to make things happen. You know, defense isn't a very pretty role to play, but it's definitely an important one.
yes, defense is a very, very important role in any league, any game. Ian, any further questions for our recipient of the Scott Stevens Award here?
All I gotta say is congratulations, and you definitely developed as a player
Thanks, man.
from what you were.
And congratulations again. You know,
Thank you though. Congrats.
From the admins to the media team here, all the players in the league. You know, congratulations, and we hope to see you back in season 2 here.
I'm planning on coming back, but
Awesome.
we'll see what
All
happens.
right, thanks, man. All right, let's. No,
All right,
no
thank
problem,
you.
man.
Thanks for having me.
let's go on to Diggy8469. Diggy, you there, man? All
I'm always
right.
here, brother.
How's it going, man? You can introduce yourself to the watchers here on the Sports Cast.
DE469, Joe D. Gregorio.
Uh,
Alright, what's up? So Diggy here has won the Hart Memorial Trophy. So congratulations to Diggy. Um, what was for a guy who being considered the team MVP, like like the team MVP around the league, for the Dallas Stars, of course. What was your as a player, what was going through your mind when you first heard about winning the Hart Trophy tonight?
I was surprised. I mean, we didn't make the playoffs, so to win a MVP for the league, it's not easy when you don't make the playoffs. It's, I mean, I'm honored. It's great and all and stuff like that, but like you generally think of an MVP, you think of a team that made the playoffs as contention. We just barely missed the playoffs, which sucks, but it is what it is.
I mean, to be fair, like in real life, the Taylor Hall from the New Jersey Devils won last season. His team didn't make the playoffs, so.
Oh no, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying it doesn't happen as often as you would think.
I mean, but
Yeah, it does.
my understanding, I believe, like the Hart is, it's your most valuable player, like to a team, and that's that just you're well rounded. You're one of those guys that, I mean, I've seen your name on a bunch of these sportscasts, and every time we look at stats and everything, like, I see your name up there towards the top of everything, and it actually impresses me because there's you see a lot of like guys like Billy and C-Dads and Rapel, you see those guys, but you don't see many that are consistent in every single aspect of the game. I mean, what how do I say this? Like, what brings that on, like, to you? Like, is that just your personality, in life, or you're just good at the game?
Honestly, it's like OJ will love this. I'm a one-trick pony. That's what he calls me. I play right wing. I refuse to move. That's what I do. I demand the puck, but I always look for the play. It's not like I'm sitting there trying to score goals. If they need me to score, I score. If they need me to pass, I pass. I don't play much defense. I'll be honest with you. It's a running joke when if a defender takes a penalty, usually my other winger, or my center plays defense for me. So I'm a much better forechecker than I am a, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. And
You
go ahead.
bet you rather
You're what? Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
like the way we play, like a lot of these guys, honestly, it was kind of ironic. Like I got picked up by a team from a couple guys I played with in another league or whatever, and I met up with a couple guys that I've played with for years. We're talking Daniel Dugan. I've been playing with this kid. I've been playing with this guy for 6, 7 years. Didn't even know he was on the team. Got picked up, played with him. He was my goalie for the most part. He's actually a really good, decent forward, but we had a little issue with goalie, so we needed him to play net. My left wing, Nicky, Billy, we played a couple seasons in another league. It worked out nicely. It worked out that way. I'm only a product of my team. You say what you want. My points stand out because of, honestly, availability. I played on a different line every night. I was available mostly. I didn't get my max 5, but I played. My availability is great. I get real dedicated with teams.
And that's something. Uh, Dedication is something that we talked about uh, in previous episodes here. Dedication is a big thing here. You want guys that are dedicated, that are going to stick with it, that are going to play out the full 72 game season here, since we only play 72 games. But
Why is it
the
72?
reason
I have
the
no
reason
clue.
behind the 72 game season is because if you look at any of the other leagues, from my understanding, they can get 2 to 2.5 full 82 game seasons. Obviously, with the off season and the playoffs and everything, into one game. Then, so with the
Okay.
72 game season, it shortens the season by a week, allows us to uh, have an extra week that we can put into continuing to put 3 seasons into one game. So here we have a
Well,
fall, a winter, and a summer league. The well, it's a winter. Yeah, no, yeah, it's a winter, summer, fall
no, you're
league,
right.
and at and then the fall league starts. Well, the fall after the fall league would be the new game, the new addition to EA NHL or whatever, however you want to say it. Uh, that would
Yeah.
be that. And then so going forward, you have this. So going from that, you have, instead of 82 games, you play a 72. We do the All Star game after the regular season ends, so we don't have an All Star break in between where you take 2 weeks off in the middle of the season. It kind of kills chemistry. It can be kind of treacherous on teams, because you're playing 9 weeks straight at 8 games a week, or no, it's 8 weeks straight at 9 games a week. And I mean, yeah, it can be pretty treacherous there, but for the teams that have the guys, like you said, that are dedicated to a team, that have the availability, it works for them. And that's what we want. We want to be able to get as many seasons as we can to progress and grow. And I think that was the main reason why they went with the 72 game season uh, in the league instead of an 82 game. Uh, so I know you said you're I mean, obviously, like, you're a team guy. You want to be the guy that can control it. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of control the play when you're out there. Am I correct about that? Okay.
Yes.
When coming into that role, like, how do you approach? I guess how do you approach guys that, like, don't have the greatest availability, or those guys that show up 5 minutes till a game and didn't get their practice game in with you? Like, how do you approach those guys in a professional manner, I guess you could say?
Honestly, I don't. I'm not a firm believer that a warm up game is necessary. Like if you like when we're playing a season where you're playing with the same team an entire season, you should have enough chemistry built up that a game before a game shouldn't matter. Like I've been playing with you guys for some of these guys for months or weeks. If you can find time on a Sunday night or a Tuesday night or Wednesday night, it doesn't make a difference. If you like the 9 o'clock game, I have two little children, so some nights I can't get on 8:30 for a warm up game. Try my best, but if my 2 year old or my 5 year old is throwing a temper tantrum, I have to make sure they're asleep before I can play. So like if we don't get a warm up game, I don't think it's the end of the world. The problem is though, like with some guys, not on my team was pretty good about it for the most part. Like a Saturday night when you're not doing anything, or a Sunday night when there's no league games, jump on and play a couple. That's all that matters. I can play 8 games with you guys tonight, and we'll have chemistry by tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta.
The warm up game doesn't make a difference. You get your thumbs ready, however the hell you want to do, basically. You know?
No, that makes complete sense. It really does. So, I mean, any further questions for you, Ian? I mean, I know I've covered everything I want to cover on the heart right now.
Just want to say congratulations on winning the Hart Trophy, and I know it was a bit of a surprise, but last minute thing, but I just want to congratulate you, and you definitely deserve it, man.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro. And like I said, I couldn't have done this without my teammates.
Congratulations, from everybody here on the media team and everybody, admins, league players, guys that are active. Congratulations, and we hope to see you back next season. All right,
Yeah, I'll be
thank
around.
you. All right, I bleed blue. I bleed blue. You there? All
Yeah, I'm
right,
here.
awesome, man. uh,
Yeah, you can
I this is
if you want.
the Vesna winner, I believe. Am I right? All
Yes, the
right.
Vezina.
So, I've said this a million times before. I'll say it again. Any goalie with an 850 and above save percentage is elite. What did you happen to finish in the season with your record being, with your record and your save percentage? I don't. Maybe you know. I don't know if you do or not.
I know his win loss right
Oh,
now.
go
I
ahead,
can
Ian.
say it with the amount of games he has. All right, so with a 27 wins and 5 loss record, that's crazy. With 33 games played, you are definitely deserving of this Vezina trophy. Best well around, like best goaltender in the whole World E-Hockey League. How does it feel to win such a legendary award like the Vezina?
It feels pretty good, man. I mean, you can't do much of anything without your teammates. I mean, your teammates are the best, the best part of your team. I mean, they score the goals, I make the saves. That's just how it is.
Yeah, like I've said, well, like yeah, like I've said, going into any game and you've got a goaltender behind you that's got that save percentage, it's ridiculous. You have confidence in your goalies. Uh, can you kind of tell us, like, what do you have, like a ritual or like routine that you do? Like, is there just something, or like you got to play so many games before, or you got to play so many games after? Is there something that goes into you know having that good of a save percentage?
I mean, what I do is I usually get on and find my teammates or find somebody I play with on my club teams that I have to get like a couple games in before I play my league games. If I don't, I get a little rusty. But I mean, like I said, if I'm a little rusty, I have really faith in my defense and my teammates to bail me out of that and get some goals. And my job is to save the pucks.
Yeah, I mean, as a goalie, like it's a pretty stressful job. I mean, you know, and I know most goalies don't take losses very well, or they try to blame it on oh, I had shitty defense that game, or something along those lines. Like after a loss, one of the five that you had, I guess. What kind of went through your mind? Was it just kind of one of those like, all right, let's bounce back, or were you trying to, I guess, kind of help your guys and tell them, hey, like this is what was wrong, or hey, this is something we can change to make this not happen. What was the process that you went through to kind of address a loss to your teammates?
I usually just tell my team, it's okay to lose some. You win some, you lose some. I mean, you're gonna have bad games, and then you play as a team, you lose as a team. Everybody who loses that game is gonna be the loser of the game. But I mean, like I said, everybody has a important position on the ice. Like you have your top defense, you have your forwards. If your forwards can't play, can't score goals, then you can't win games. If your defense can't play defense, you can't win games. So I usually just tell my team if we lose the games that it's okay. It's you win some and you lose some. I mean, it's all you can do, and keep their hopes up for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, from a guy that is a defenseman, every time a goal goes in, or you lose a game, it kind of seems like, you know, defense is the one that gets the rap for it, or oh, it's the goalie. Like, man, to like as a goalie, like to have that save percentage and to have that amount of games played, like what's your availability like? Like, how do you, I guess, like, how do you train in the off season? Like, do you just find scouts and like your scouting teams, and you just go to and play with guys, or is there like you play shootouts all the time or something like that? You know what I mean?
What I do in the off season, I mean, when I'm not playing in LG or WHEL, I usually find like my buddies who play for my past teams from LG, and they usually invite me in to play with them. And I mean, like I said, I'm not a person that plays with good teams. I appreciate if I do, but I mean, I'm a kind of person that likes to play with everybody. So some days I get the bad teams, or one day I get the good teams, and I like to play with the bad teams personally because I like to help them show my skills and help them win the games more than the good teams. So
Yeah, that's I mean, and I forget, like, what team were you on this season?
He
I'm
was
on
on
the
that.
Ducks.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Anaheim.
I mean, pretty you had a pretty good team in front of you this season. What
Yes, sir.
what is what do you do going forward towards the playoffs to keep your hot streak going for wins? And do you think you're confident enough to be the starting goalie to carry your team to a Stanley Cup? I mean, those are some serious questions.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I think whoever plays goal for the Ducks is a great goalie. I'm not gonna bash on anybody who plays for my team because, like I said, my whole team is great. I mean, you got to give shout outs to Cotton, because if it wasn't for Cotton, he wouldn't put a good team together, and the GMs. I mean, like I said, the team's really good this year, and I actually had a buddy who plays for my LG team, Soul Assassin, that told me that, hey, why don't you come out and play for WHGL and help us win games? I was like, all right, well, let's get it done and play. I mean, once again, my team plays with each other, so we win games. We get chemistry going. They like to have fun. Once you have fun with your teammates, you goof around, you make things happen in the
That's
games.
awesome, man. I mean, as long as you're out there, you're having fun, and you're enjoying what you're doing. I mean, that was a lot of what we wanted to see. We're competitiveness, but also teams having fun at the same time, and uh, and to hear from you, obviously, it seems like that's happening. And that's good. I like that. Uh, Ian, any other further questions here for our Vesna winner, the very first Vesna winner?
I just want to say, like I said earlier to all the other recipients, I just want to say congratulations on a good season in that, and keep keep grinding, keep on doing what you got to
Yeah,
do,
man.
man.
Thanks,
Congratulations
buddy.
from everybody here at the media team, the admins, fans, guys that just watch this stream. Congratulations! It's a hell of an award to win. For first season, guys now
Yeah.
have somebody that they can try to beat out. For their save percentage and wins and losses. So thank you for being on the show, and congratulations again.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it,
All
man.
right. It's Days. Days, are you there?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
up?
What's up?
This is Days. Uh, what
The He is the Maurice Richard, and the Art Ross winner this season, and that's quite an accomplishment. Quite an accomplishment there. Like that's to win, more than one award in a season. I bet it feels good. Doesn't as a player, what was it going through your mind through knowing that you won like both awards, like two very 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 legendary awards as it is.
Yeah, well, I thought it was pretty crazy when I found out that I won 2 awards this season. I mean, uh, we did pretty good. I couldn't have done it without anyone that I played with, like, and the new management stuff giving me, the 5 games a week to be able to pull off getting the amount of points I got and the amount of goals and stuff. Um, so, I mean, it feels pretty good, and just thought it was pretty crazy.
One one thing that I noticed, we did a watch an overwatch of all the games last week, and we watched you. You had 5 points in one of the games. At that point, the last night of the season, it was literally a 2 point difference in the Art Ross Award. Uh, is was that going through your mind at all? Like, hey, I could win this award. Like, I could be the first Art Ross of the WEHL here. Like, was it going through your mind at all?
No, I actually wasn't thinking of it at all. I was just, I was playing Buffalo and just thought we, had to win to make the playoff spot. And, I just showed up and did what I always do.
Yeah, I mean, to watch some of those games and to watch you move and watch you get around guys, it was crazy. It really was. Now, are you one of those? I take it like you're always open. You're looking for the one timers. Like, what is? I guess like what's your secret to it? Like what got you the 2 awards this season?
Um, I'm not really sure. I just, get open and just get help from, the right wing and the center, just passing the puck to that one-time spot. The one-time spot's my go-to. It's, I do a little back skate dancing around to get open, and then as soon as I'm open, the puck just gets onto my stick and I shoot. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but my shot total is pretty high up here.
Yeah,
It's pleasing.
we noticed your shot total was up there. Like the second podcast we did, it was your shots were up there, and at that point, like we didn't really know how we were gonna do these awards, and coming down to the final week of the season, and you seen on the website it was right all there, all the guys in the running were there, and you just kind of you wonder, like, do these guys really know like that they're competing for this award, like, and like you said, you had no idea, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, is could we promote the awards a little better, or was there something that that you guys just don't want to know who's in the running?
I mean, I I don't really know, like, I don't want to know that I'm in the running if that ever happens again. I mean, surprise, it's all about the surprise, I guess.
Yeah,
But other people might see different.
yeah,
I don't know.
it was definitely not only a surprise, uh, but it was also something pretty cool, for us when Keith and Scott told us, hey, like, you guys want to do an awards show? Like, yeah, we can do an awards show. Like, tell us what awards you're going to give away, and we can, we'll do it. And you know, I mean, we were just as surprised when we got the okay to do it as you guys are, you know, that you guys are getting the awards. Um, it's pretty awesome, you know, and I just want to say, like, congratulations. You know, you walked away with 2 pieces of hardware this season, uh, and I mean, that's incredible. You know, most guys, you know, there's 500 and some odd guys that didn't walk away with a single piece of hardware this season. So, you know, I want to say congrats, dude.
No, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Ian, any
You know, you've been a interesting player to watch this season. I've seen a lot of the Detroit Red Wings streams, and just want to say congratulations for winning 2 very important trophies. You know, in the NHL. So it's quite a accomplishment for the first season, and definitely looking forward to seeing you play in the playoffs.
yeah,
Thanks, man.
congratulations and best of luck on your road to a Stanley Cup, man. I hope your scoring power and your guys' team can bring what's needed here.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough against Philly though. I mean, we played them twice in the regular season and only lost by 1, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be a tough one.
That's a team to beat right there.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I know most of them too. So, oh yeah, I was just saying I know most of the Philly players. So I mean, it's gonna be definitely
Should
gonna
be
be
an
tough.
interesting series for sure.
Oh yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
well, another, you know, like I said again, congratulations on the award, or the awards, I should say, and we hope to see you back next season, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too, man.
So, something that we are going to switch over to is we're going to switch over. Let's see what to do. Where is it? Display capture. And transition. Boom. All right. You guys, can you guys see my computer screen pretty well here? I'm assuming. Here, hold on. I will fit to screen. No, maybe not. Transform.
Hold on.
All right, it's a little stretched, but we're actually gonna take a look now here. I don't know if you guys can see it up here on my screen. I'm hoping you can. We're looking now. Oh man, nope, that's not gonna work. Well, shit. Okay. Right now we're looking at the all-star list for the what is this? Philly, Buffalo, Detroit.
That's the East All Stars.
All Stars. Sorry, Cat.
Yeah.
We are looking here at the list for the East All Stars, along with the chat up in the left-hand corner. First off, congratulations, Justin from Philly, Jay Wagster 12. Obviously, you know, all these guys deserve to be an all-star. You know, you either played on a good team, you were one of the best on your team, or, you know, you just had what it took to become an all-star. Congratulations to Frank from Buffalo, F. Willis, taking one of those forward spots. David from Philly and Beaver Clops 27. The dude is a stud. I know that for a fact. It's crazy. Ammo Minhas 99. Again, taking up one of those forward spots. If you guys tuned into my the last podcast here, we showed a slap pass that came from a Buffalo video, and Minhas actually got the assist on that video. And like I said, you know, utilizing that slap pass is amazing. It's just something that most guys don't use. let's see. Again, Alan Dean, your new stepdad, 95. Congratulations on the All Star selection. Dawson Toby, it's I Days. We just talked to him. Again, congratulations to these guys for, not only participating, but for also being there, and being a staple around the league. If you want to take over here from after its I Days and finish out the list there, Ian.
All right. Tommy from Montreal, big little guy. He's another forward. Congrats to him, as well as I'll just read the list. Bailey Tucker from Buffalo, Batman 711. We're in the defense now, looking at the defense. Nick from Montreal, backhand John Barry, another D-man, Mario from Detroit, MNMZZ24, Duncan from the New York Islanders, Armin Hammer, 905, and now the goalies, Joja from Toronto, Joja 15, we're the goalies, Ryan Pitt, Lil Futz, and Luke Buffalo, Doug Gecko 7273. So congratulations to the East All-Stars.
Congratulations to everybody that made the East All-Stars this season. I am hoping, obviously, you guys have been added to the All-Star chat in the Discord. We will now take a look at the Western All-Stars. Wow, this list is really small. I apologize if nobody can read this. I really hope you can. Oh. Awesome, I guess I really could have just done that. That's cool. Alright, well, starting down here at Gian from St. Louis, I pass, you score, taking the first forward position. Jake from Vegas, Jay Stone, 68 from Jordan from Vancouver, Metcalf 91. Diggy from Dallas at Diggy 8469. We just talked to him, taking the Hart Trophy this year. Making the All-Star game. It's a big accomplishment there. Chris from Anaheim, Why is the Booze Gone, is your forward. Is another one of your forwards. Andrew from Minnesota, B03. Let's see. Brandon from Winnipeg. Brandon UTD, forward. That'll round out your forwards there. Go ahead and take over from there.
All right, so from now to the defense, you got Scott Powers from Edmonton, Brandon Ignition Figure from Arizona, Matt Soul Assassin 00 from Anaheim, Alex Raymond 007 from St. Louis, Gary from Edmonton, Gary Jeter 1972, and now on to the goalies. Mark from Seattle, Reyes 781, Evan from Edmonton, Irish Saint 95, and finally Blake from Winnipeg, Texan Riot.
Yes,
congrats to the West All-Stars.
Everybody that made the All-Star game this season. The All-Star game will be
tomorrow
the
night.
All-Star game will be tomorrow night. The streams will be broadcast here on the World E-Hockey League Sports Cast or the official YouTube of World E-Hockey here. We will have a over commentary of the game, and we will get the lineups and who is and who isn't playing in the first games. As we switch over now after the awards, everything that has gone on this season. We want to congratulate all of the teams that have came out this season. Every player, every person that took ownership of a team. You know, we thank you. We want to congratulate you, whether you finish in the playoffs, out of the playoffs. You know, it's granted everybody wants to win a Stanley Cup, everybody wants to be in the playoffs. It doesn't always happen that way, but we still want to send our congratulations. You know, you guys, like I said before, just finished a treacherous season, and a season that kind of started pretty quick, but Billy, I don't know how they went by All Stars this season. I know that it was kind of done pretty quickly because we needed it for the end of the season. Next season, your All Stars will be chosen. Your
by the media.
Your All Stars will be chosen by the media. We will be talking if we do a every team is
Every team will be represented, and I'm sure there will be it'll be divisional based instead of
Yes.
conference based. So we apologize for for everything for like this all-star list. It's been the list has been kind of made quickly, and yet again we didn't have nothing to do with the all-star list this season.
Yes.
So that's all we gotta say on that.
Apologize for that. So turning forward and looking into the playoff picture, here's a bracket. You guys have the bracket right here. Everybody is, oh my god, damn it! I can't even oh no, where'd it go? Damn it! Shit. Well, all right.
What are you looking at? What are you trying to find?
I lost my chat on my screen, so I don't know where exactly it is. Oh, there it is. It's right here. Alright, so I'm going to shrink the chat down so that way you guys can see. And I'm going to put you... I'm going to put the chat literally up in the... Well, no, I'll just put it right here. Yep, I'm going to put the chat right there. Awesome. Alright, so here is the... At least they got the big hitter with negative. Here is the Western Conference and Eastern Conference bracket. Alright, here comes the criticism and the who to watch for and who not to watch for.
Alright, you want to start off with the central side of the bracket in the Western Conference?
Yes.
Like Seattle versus Minnesota.
Versus Minnesota. That's Billy's the owner of Seattle.
Ontario Guna.
Again, two very, very tough teams. I wish I knew their final season record, which I'm pretty sure I could find. Let me pull that up real fast. But
Seattle was 50 wins and 19 losses and 3 OT losses with 103 points. And Minnesota was 43 wins, 24 losses with 5 OT losses with 91 points. So there's a 12-point difference there.
Not much, really.
When you think of it.
I've seen a bracket in person. I think now is really going to be the time to, you guys leave a comment in the comment section in the chat. You guys can see my screen right now. You guys can see the chat. Leave a comment when I ask per per series who you guys have winning the series.
Yeah.
Billy, I actually have no idea what's the season series. I don't know what the season series.
I can pull that up real quick.
Ian is going to give us that. So, in the chat, leave us Seattle versus Minnesota. First round, Seattle or Minnesota. I want your guys' comments and go. Awesome. All right. Well, so we've got two. McQ89. He says Seattle in 5 games. Seattle in 5. Pretty bold prediction. Tristan Mosier. I hope I'm pronouncing your guys' name right. I apologize if I'm not. Says Minnesota in 6. So we got kind of a conflict there. Conflict of interest, I guess you could say. What Tristan, what's one deciding factor of Minnesota in 6 that you think will take Seattle, will take over Seattle in 6?
Also to note, the series was 4-2 in favor of Seattle.
So the season series was 4-2 over in favor of Seattle. Seattle took the season series. Tristan, you got a point there. Always go underdog. Some of these underdog teams this year have really, flipped around. I mean, you got where are they? You got right here. Oh, a Canadian matchup in the first round. Over here, you got Billy's a top player and has a really good team. Yes, McCow. Yeah, Billy does have a good top team, actually. Billy was the first in the Central. Go ahead.
So you want to just do our predictions for the series and continue on to the St. Louis and Winnipeg. So who do you have winning this series, Will?
This series, I think really I'm gonna have to agree with McHugh there. McHugh 89 in Seattle in 5. I think Seattle in 5 in that first series. So I'm gonna have to. I'll give Seattle, that first round there.
I'm gonna go with that too. I'm gonna say Seattle in 5-2.
Yeah, I just I still think Seattle could be a little better. So Billy says St. Louis in 5 or 6. McCow says my Jets in 6. McCow, are you favoring your own team here? Like, and then Tristan Mosier says St. Louis in 4. Capaci, the owner of Winnipeg, don't sleep on Winnie. Yeah, well, in in my favor, I'm gonna take I think I'm going to take St. Louis, but I'm going to take St. Louis in 7. I think Winnipeg will take them to 7 games, and I think St. Louis is going to come over Winnipeg.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna have to say, you know what? I'm gonna go with an upset here. I'm gonna say Winnipeg in 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those yeah, you can't sleep on those Winnipeg Jets. They've been playing tough all season, ever since that preseason tournament at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they have. All right, we're gonna move on down to the Pacific. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got Anaheim versus Nashville.
Oof.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna take Anaheim in 6. I think Anaheim could take it in 6.
Let us know, guys, who you got for this series. But I'm gonna have to say Anaheim in 5.
Carpacci, Anaheim in 4. Anaheim in 4, huh?
Well, that's a bold prediction. I mean, you know, for a team like Nashville, coming into the playoffs as a wild card team is never an easy task, especially playing against the best team in the West this season. You know, for a team, Anaheim, I mean, having the best goalie around the league, who won the Vezina, and a great owner himself, a cotton picker, who, you know, is deserving of. I'd have to say, yeah, he'd be pretty deserving of that Jack Adams Award. You know, it goes to the best coach or owner of the year. So.
Yes. Vancouver and Edmonton. Wow, this one's kind of tough here.
Oh wow, yeah.
Let's see. That's game 7. That's game 7. Oh. 7 games, and truthfully, Billy, I think I'm gonna have to go with you there. I think I would have to go with Edmonton at 7. I think Edmonton's going to upset Vancouver, and I think Vancouver is going to upset them in the first round in 7.
I'm gonna have to say Vancouver in 6.
Oh wow! So you're there. You're right there with Capacci on that one. Vancouver in 6. You just said. It's yes. Another.
I think I personally think Vancouver is just like they have a lot more depth than Oilers do. I mean, Oilers have that one good line that will probably steal them a game or two, but I just don't see it. I just don't see Oilers winning the series on this one.
A 7-game series though. A lot can happen in 7 games. So let's not completely count them out here. All right, let's switch over to the Eastern Conference here. By the way, guys, tonight we are going to do just the first round picks for who we have in the first round, and come the end of the week next week, we will be doing our second round in we'll do our second round for picks, and we'll as we go, we'll go on and we'll go round by round on who we've got. So, and then we can analyze games as they go. So this next one is Philadelphia versus Detroit. Now, if you
Yep.
guys were here with us a little earlier, we just talked to the winner of the two awards.
Yep. It was the Art Ross and the Maurice Richard. It was from C Days. He won both awards tonight.
Both of those guys, the one guy, both of those teams have stellar guys. Again, it's going to come down to who can put the best lineup out there. Do you play your best guys for the first 3 games straight, or as an owner, these are things you got to look out for. So I'm gonna take Philly, and I'm gonna take Philly in 4. I think Philadelphia is gonna sweep Detroit.
I think Detroit will get 1. I'm gonna say Philly in 5.
All right. So
Matt, no, I'm not. I'm not on Philly. I was on the Rangers this season.
All right. So now we move on to the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Islanders. I'm seeing some matchups here that look a little familiar to the actual playoffs here. Pittsburgh Penguins got swept in 4. So everybody knows. I don't know if there's any Penguins fans out there, but you guys go ahead and give us your guys' predictions and let us know.
Billy said Game 6. Islanders in 6. Pittsburgh in 7.
Pittsburgh in 7. Like I said at the beginning of the season, I don't know like I've said all season, I don't really know much about these two teams. Besides the fact that Philadelphia was up there in their standings, but I think I'm gonna stick with the Islanders just because I hate seeing Philadelphia in any league win, or Pittsburgh in any league win. So I'm gonna take the Islanders, and I think I'll take the Islanders in 6.
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to go with Pittsburgh in 7. I'd like to see a Pittsburgh versus Philly series in the second round.
All right. Yeah, that would be it.
We saw how those two teams battled at the end of the season. It was pretty close. The last day.
All right. Now we move down here to the very last 2 matchups of the first round here. You got Ottawa, owned by Sports Pulley, and Columbus. I don't know who their owner is. If you guys,
I believe they got a new owner. I forgot what his.
a new owner?
Yeah, or it could be. Yeah. I can look.
While we're looking that up, you guys. Okay.
Chris Bell 1503 is their owner.
While we're sitting here, you guys go ahead and leave in the comments who you guys got in this series. Ottawa in 6 is what Billy says. Billy, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Sports Bully, good friend of mine. great guy, great owner. I just don't know if he's got what it takes to win it in 4. So I think I'm gonna take Ottawa in 6. I think Columbus will pull 2 out of them, and I think maybe Columbus will pull 2 right out of the gate, and then Ottawa will win 4 straight. So
Uh, you know, I'm gonna say Columbus in 6. You know why? Because they got hot at a good time at the end of the season. I mean, they were one of those teams, that didn't input their stats earlier, and they had like 16 games like they didn't put stats in, and then I seen that out of those 16 games they won like 13 of them or something crazy like that. That's what got them in the playoffs. So and those were all games towards the end of the season. So I mean, if you win 13 out of your 16 games towards the end of the season, you're on fire at that point, and that momentum can carry over to the playoffs. Let's see if it actually does for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
another thing, if any of you owners are watching this, besides Billy, I know Billy, you watch all of these, you comment on everything. Any other owners, please, please, please. We have a new head of stats. Get a hold of him. Familiarize yourself with him. So that way we can, keep the website updated. And once a week we will be able to give you guys one of these, even next season. So moving on to our last first round matchup, Toronto versus Montreal.
Montreal, wow, the rivalry.
I am going Montreal in 4. I think Montreal sweeps the series.
Wow. You guys tell us your thoughts about this Montreal and Toronto series. But I'm gonna have to say Montreal and 4 as well.
Yeah, I just see I just seen what Jordan posted. Jordan, I don't know if you have went back and watched our previous show, but dude, what you did for Montreal is amazing. You did everything right. You turned them around, and you put together a great team when you were just kind of handed ownership. You did a great job turning them around, and I hope you can carry whatever momentum that you have to whatever momentum that you guys got. I hope that you guys can carry that in and continue. So I'm seeing a lot of hatred here, or just a couple different, I guess you could say. So this is our first round matchups here. I just going over again. Now, would you guys, because I can put together a quote unquote bracket challenge. I can put together it and.
Yeah, a bracket challenge would be so dope. I think it would be nice for the league.
If you guys want to see a bracket challenge, comment right now in the comments. Yes, no for bracket challenge. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and just submit your picks to one of us, or actually just send it to Will, aka Fute44, so he can get it all the picks and your bracket and everything. So you just fill out your brackets, and then if whoever has the best bracket at the end would get an award, I would assume, right? Either it would be like a PSN card or something, right?
Along those lines. Like I said before in previous videos, leave a like, subscribe, be active in the chat. Once we reach a 150 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. Um, just something for you guys. Like I said, a PSN card. You know, an Amazon card. Just something. Maybe even a gift card. Like a $25 gift card to the NHLshop.com. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Um, I'm gonna start doing a subscribe. You guys subscribe to me and us, and we're gonna subscribe right back. I know that there's a few of you guys here in the chat that I haven't gotten to yet, but I do know that I don't know if he's still watching. I hope he is. McQ89. Um, I I
Yeah,
I
M2
just
89.
I went on my phone while I was sitting here, and I went and I subscribed to you. Um, as I'm sitting here right now talking, I'm gonna go onto my YouTube, and I'm going to let it finish loading. Wow, you guys are blowing up the comments. I'm gonna go to Billy right now. Go to channel. I'm gonna subscribe to Billy. I just subscribed. Click the bell. Once you guys click the bell, you guys will get notifications every time we go live. Any of that kind of stuff here. I just subscribed to Billy. So let's go. Who else? Who else is here? Uh, Kapachi, the owner of Winnipeg, right here. Gonna go ahead, subscribe, click the bell notification. I mean, it takes 2 seconds. You guys will see a thing pop up on the screen. Just kind of some hockey animated thing that you guys get to see. It's something goofy. It's something for you guys. Um, but yeah, I mean, if like I said, you guys get involved with us. You guys sit here and you guys listen to us rambled on for 4 episodes of an hour and a half plus. uh, and that's pretty dope, actually. I mean, you guys. Right now, I've got 12 people watching. Like, and I appreciate all of them. So let's see. You know what? I'm gonna send an invite to somebody for this party, and I think we're gonna try and get let's see if he's still on. Yeah, we might try to get a little spontaneous interview going on here. Let's see.
Okay, while you do that, I just want to say this. I want to give out a shout out to these other awards that, the people who did not make it to the party tonight. For the other awards that are supposed to be released. For the James Norris is the best D-man goes to Alex Raymond 007. Congrats to him. For the Jack Adams goes to a cotton picker, the owner of the year. Which is, in the real NHL, it's the coach, but, considering the coach is usually the owner in this league. And then for the William Jennings, which is the goaltender with less goals allowed, goes to D's Nuts 69, got him. And yeah, that's the rest of the awards for season 1.
Yeah.
Now the other awards were like, I mean, the other awards could be like more bias based because that's why we didn't do them, because there's a lot of them like, based voted off by like all like individually, like either players or like it could be all biased, like all the other stuff could be all biased and stuff. So this is mainly all the awards that I just said were, I mean, yeah, so those were the awards that will be released officially. As you were saying?
No, if any of you guys that are here, like, in the, Witty Smitty, yeah, okay, Witty, yeah, right. If any of you guys are owners or, players and you guys want to, get an interview, right now, live, while we're here, like, send me a message on Discord, and we can get you in here. We can get you in a party. We'll start, just talking. Sign me up, boy. Let's go. Comeback season. You know, midnight. That's actually not a bad idea. You wanna somebody? Or yeah, you want to do that one? You got them on your list. Jordan, are you online right now? If so, your your PSN in the chat so we can send you an invite and get you in here live.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's interview
Midnight
time.
Fapper. All right. Again, share the link in all your guys' discords. Uh, get us out there. Because we're trying our best from the admin team from the media team and the admins. We're trying to get us out there. We're trying to create a name for this league. We're trying to make something special. We just brought up. We just brought T Sibs in. He's helping. He's gonna help us with. He's gonna help us with
Yes.
some more media. He's gonna kind of help us with some articles, write up articles about teams next season, and he's gonna help us with our over the game commentary. He's gonna be one of our color commentators next season. And also, if any of you guys if any of you guys want to, you know, get interviewed or have interest in any of this media stuff, or you guys have, I guess can represent the league well, I guess you can say. Let us know. Did you get Jordan that invite here?
No, I didn't. I got the invite for Keith though, but not Jordan.
All right, hold on. What kind of interview y'all want? All right. Suggest players. It is midnight.
Knife Fapper.
All right. I just sent that to you. T Sibs.
All right, got him.
Yes. T Sibs is he came from LG, and he actually approached us for putting together a media team in a first season. Like, most leagues don't do that. Jordan, your invite's out on, by the way. We'll get as many people in here as we can in the amount of time that we can. But yeah, T Sibs, he actually came to us, and kind of talked to us and asked us, like, how we would feel about bringing on somebody else, and he kind of sent us some of his footage and stuff that he's put together here, and it was, it was well worth it. If you guys have done any type of media, video editing, any of that, you guys know how to commentate over hockey. You guys know how to basically just do anything in media, whether it be social media, any of that. Then let us know, and we'll take a look at it and see if it's something that we want to do. Did he do stuff for LG? Yes, Kapachi.
Yeah.
He did do stuff for LG. Oh.
Yes.
Yes,
And the SP, SPHL. Yes, we are also accepting media team applications
yes.
for next season.
Hold on.
So, yeah.
Whoa. Iceberg, message me in the comments. I will get your donation, as you're talking about. Message me on Discord, and we can get that figured out. I don't know why it's not. It might be because I haven't completely set it up on my thing yet. But then again, I don't know. Jordan, are you here with us?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
All right. So, yeah,
Long time. Been a while.
Let's kind of go over the travel for Montreal. Like like you said, you guys went from 4-16 to a playoff spot. Like, what's all that about?
Well, um, I had ownership of Buffalo, before, at the beginning when the season first started. I left that before the season had started to deal with some things that I thought were going to kind of, take some time away from having a chance to own a team. And then I got back to Keith kind of, I don't know, a couple weeks into the season, telling him, hey, man, like, sorry about, not being able to own Buffalo, but I'm here now and I got my stuff dealt with, so I got time for ownership if you ever need somebody. And he kind of told me, he's like, hey, I got a team that's going through some problems, and it just, the ownership's messed up and management's messed up, and, are you willing to take on the challenge? And I'm like, man, like, let's do it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
took it from there.
What was your initial thought coming in? As an owner, and not knowing the position that the team was in, or not knowing some of the guys, or not knowing how they played, what position they played. Like, what was the hardest thing for you to do?
Well, probably the hardest thing to do was probably to honestly just get the team rolling again, to get enough, to get the team back on ice and get them winning some games again, and get the ship heading in the right direction. Being involved in other leagues for a couple seasons now, that helped out with taking ownership. And I kind of knew how things went just from previous experiences in other leagues, like the Facebook league, and then I'd been playing through LG throughout that beginning of the season, and I just had to find the right players that fit the team and played well together, and we got the ship rolling. And it turned out we had a chance to take the division, but it didn't quite turn out the way we wanted. But hey, we got to a playoff spot, and that's an accomplishment in itself.
Man, that's ridiculous. That you guys were able to they just you come in to a team that like I said, you had physically and mentally had no recollection of, and you turned them around completely 180 degrees, and were able to maintain it. I mean, because that was a big thing. Like, you think that some of these teams are not going to be able to maintain the record that they can, or not be able to, how do I say this, not, oh man, I don't really know like how to I don't really know how to
Kind of stay consistent with it and keep it going in the right direction. It was just a mentality. I mean, it was just we came in, and once I got the group of guys together that I knew were kind of going to be the core, to help get this going in the right direction. I just I told them, hey, like, we're in a hole, we're in a big giant, really steamy pile of poo, and we might not make it out, but if we give it our best shot, we'll have a chance at it. I kind of I looked at it when I first got the team, and I'm like, there's X amount of games left. We if we just get it rolling in the right direction, start putting some wins together, we might have a chance to come back within reach of making the playoffs, and we did that and then some, really.
I mean, from our first episode, that was one of our things. Was we kind of looked at you at Montreal at the beginning, and kind of when you see 4-16, you're like, oh man, like it's gonna be tough, for them to pull it out. And to be honest, I really didn't think you guys could. I found out you took over ownership. I knew that you knew the right people. Give us kind of an insight on who you brought in as management, and who you brought in to kind of be that first line guy to kind of help.
Well, given that I took a team over that had folded and that kind of was on its, you know, they were just looking for honestly a team to play, just to, not have a team that's not playing there. I had some guys from the team that were, the original team that were there. I kind of saw how they played, did my thing with that, made some trades and stuff. But I brought in a couple of guys that one of the big guys for management was his name's Cab Relix. He's
Oh, yeah.
another goalie. He's a pretty solid goalie in LG. I knew him through some friends that I had played with, and he's looking to eventually get ownership over in LG. So he's kind of looking to get some management experience, and he helped out in a big way with me. Just honestly, I personally like building a team from the goaltending position out, just because I think that if you get, especially playoffs wise, when it starts coming down to where teams are really competitive with each other, if you get a solid defensive core and goaltending, that'll win you some games. And you need offense, but if you can't stop the puck, you're not, you can try and go in a shootout with some of these teams, and they're gonna outshoot you. So it was tough, but we worked it out. And I think down the stretch, I think we went I think we ended up going since I took ownership of the team, I think we ended up going 49-3 or something in the last whatever games left.
Yeah, that's
So
that's a bit of a number there. And to still, turn it around from being, that last place team, you guys had to crawl and dig, and I'm not everything is gonna be perfect, and I could almost guarantee you, that I can almost guarantee everybody watching this that you personally, you guys had some of the bigger problems, that were occurring. What was the biggest problem throughout the stretch that was, that was a constant? You know what I mean?
Honestly, really, one of the bigger issues was kind of getting the team to kind of buy into the fact that we still had a chance, to make it, and getting guys on the ice. I think one of the biggest issues was having to, kind of rush to get guys together to even have a chance to make it, because I could have waited a couple weeks and slowly gathered guys as it went, and we would have ran out of time to even make a playoff position. But I knew if I wanted to, make a chance, get a chance to make the playoffs, I had to get a team together within, less than a week or so. And I think getting the guys together and then getting them used to playing with each other was probably the biggest obstacle we had to overcome, because I was bringing guys from different leagues, making trades, and I brought together a group of guys that skill wise were there and could compete with all the teams in the league, but team chemistry wise had to work on some things.
Yeah, wow. I mean, truthfully, being probably the biggest comeback story of the year here. Eh, it's crazy, because I mean, you don't really expect that too much, because you expect, okay, well, they're in a hole they can't get themselves out of, and for you to, like I said, 180 degrees, you turned it around completely. That was something that truthfully surprised me and Ian. I don't know if you watched our last episode or not, but that was something that we even talked about, was just the skill, and mindset that it takes to, tell these guys, hey, look, we're in a hole, but there's a chance, and for the rest of the season you ride on a chance. You don't ride on a guarantee like, your top four teams in a division. You ride on, we're taking a chance, and it may or may not pay out. And what was kind of the biggest turn, that made it go from a 60-40 of a, or yeah, 60-40. We don't have a chance to more of like an 80-20. We have a chance to make the playoffs here.
I think the biggest thing was getting the guys out on the ice and seeing how they competed with other teams in our division, and kind of adjusting from there. And then once we started pulling some wins together against the top teams in our division, we kind of realized that, hey, like we belong, like we're here, we can win some games, we can come back in this division, and we have a chance to get there. And we set a goal to hit 100 points when we all got in there originally. And at that time, we were sitting, I think we were like 23 games in, and we were sitting at like 12 points. And it was a stupid goal to make. I mean, it really was, because you'd think anybody would think you kind of do the math on that, and you're like, there's no way you have a chance at that. But the bigger the goal you set, if you just miss it by a little bit, which we did just miss it by a little bit, but look at where it got us. The higher you set your goal, and the closer you get to achieving that, you're still achieving something pretty amazing.
It's like Dick Navis here just said, mindset. Everything goes in the mindset. Like, what was, after a couple of those losses, I'm assuming some of the losses were more towards like the beginning of the takeover. Like, what was your mindset, after a couple losses? Like, was it just kind of like, okay, we have to drive through this, or like, did anybody just say, look, we can't do this, like there's no way?
Well, so first week when I took ownership, we had a two game series against Ottawa, who is the team that ended up winning the division. And we lost both those games. And we actually, in one of the games, we got blown out of the water, and then the other game we lost by 1 goal, which the second game was the game where we lost by 1 goal, and that was kind of a little tough to swallow because we were right there, with them, and then we ended up losing it. And that was tough because we actually had our group of guys together that we thought were going to be able to make it, and kind of starting our quote unquote comeback with 2 losses against a team like that we thought we needed to compete with to make it through the division. Was tough because you're kind of looking at it and you're like, oh man, like we have the talent here, like what's going on, like why isn't it clicking? And we just stayed on the course, and we got better over time together. And now I think the biggest thing that's really made the team what it is just everybody gets along together. Everybody gets along really well, and the team just loves playing with each other. So
yeah, I mean that's a big thing. I know Ian. I know you've got to have some questions for him. Go ahead, ask. Give me like 2 seconds to go to the bathroom, but go ahead and ask away, man, and I will be right back shortly.
All right. So, as an owner, what do you think was your biggest challenge this season, besides going to a new team and taking over?
I think the biggest thing for the owners this season, I could probably speak for all the owners, is just getting settled with the new league. Given that it is a new league and that we're all here together for the first season, trying to get things to start running smoothly and clicking and working. I really think just part of it was just kind of keeping everything kind of under control between the team and the process, because as we were the owners were trying to see how things work. We're trying to get a feel for the league, and at the same time we're also trying to manage our team to what how we want to manage it. And it brought some challenges, but it was it's a good ride. It's fun. It's cool to be here for the growth of the league and right at the start.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a challenge, to be an owner at the start of a league. You have high expectations. that is something, something to improve upon being an owner. And with season 2 coming around the corner, do you do you are you thinking of being an owner next season as well?
Well, I'll guarantee this. If I win the cup, I'll come back. I'll guarantee that.
Ooh, all right.
And because I got to come back to make
yeah.
another go at it. But if we don't, I think it just comes down to really how much time I have on my hands, because I got other things I'm dealing with and I'm doing on the side, obviously, because we all have other things we do. Most likely, I'd say yes. I probably will. And I would probably want to get more involved in the league if I do come back. But right now, I'm just focusing on getting this team to the end, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I know. One of my big concerns is, you never want to see one of these comeback stories end short. And I mean, you basically answered the question there for us. If it comes back short, like, how many of these guys come back? That's the Dirty Dog and Big Little helped lead you guys into the playoffs. Is that true? Midnight or Jordan? Go ahead.
It's all right. Midnight's fine. Yeah. I mean, those were definitely. I think those guys ended up leading our team in points, right? Is that what you were looking at? I think those are my 2-point leaders. Yeah. See that I brought those guys in because over from LG, those guys are actually on a line pairing together. And they play well together. So I wanted one of my biggest things was I wanted to bring in a line that was used to each other, because I had a group of guys that have never played together, and then I wanted to try and get at least a core one line of guys that actually had played time together, so that I could immediately get a group on the ice that could play. And they did their thing, and I think, I mean, for the amount of games we had, we could play compared to some of the other players, I think they performed pretty well. I think Dirty Dog's averaging over maybe around 6 points a game, something like that. He's up there, 5 points a game, and then I think Big's right around there too. So they performed at a pretty high level, yeah.
That came in. It says from Braden, Dingy. Didn't you have Gremlin on that line as well?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was actually the Medicine Hat Tigers LG line. I brought them all in and had them play together because they're good friends of mine, and they're hungry to get some wins and play a lot of hockey. So I brought them in, and that was honestly kind of from there. They kind of led the charge, and my team followed.
Well, I mean that's something that's big. Is being able to bring in guys that are willing to play, that are constant guys that can, kind of understand things, and what is not so much your mindset going forward, but what's something that you would tell some of these other owners that were at the bottom of the standings, like what's something that you would tell them, to kind of give them advice to be a little more competitive, to not only be competitive but also give them a chance. You know what I mean?
One of the biggest things is don't be afraid to make moves, in the sense of don't be afraid to trade players, don't be afraid to don't be afraid to switch up, flip guys around, because change always isn't a bad thing, I made a couple trades within the season that really helped out my team and kind of put pieces in the right, spots and kind of put the team together. So I think that an immediate thing that like they could control would probably be that, because that's a huge aspect of just getting a team together, really.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you brought over guys from LG, and that's huge. I mean, because you're not. I don't want to say taking from one league, I guess, but you're always you're scouting, like Navis has said. Scout leagues, like, find guys that are competitive, that guys that want to play, and yeah, I mean, you're expanding. Well, yeah, Navis, you're literally taking words right out of my mouth.
It's
Go ahead.
well.
No.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, well, I think we all know this is kind of like a hockey community. There's LG, VG, Facebook. Now there's WEHL. There's other leagues that maybe smaller that people play in, and we all kind of know each other within all those leagues. Everybody kind of in the competitive realm of NHL 19 and all that within the leagues know each other. And we played through different leagues. Like I know you from Facebook League. I know other guys from LG. I know other guys from other places, and having guys play on different, in different leagues, multiple leagues, like it's just kind of a thing we do because we all like playing competitively. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to sit there and go, check out some guys from LG or check out some guys from VG and kind of, cherry pick from there, because in the end, the end goal is to make the league as competitive as possible and, put a team on the ice that can compete.
Well, Jordan, I appreciate you coming on. As many of you guys are seeing on the screen now, to be honest, like, coming up with as I said, hot seat, well, the hot seat that you're now seeing, truthfully, Jordan, I mean, you answered all of our questions that, that I had, that Ian had, that, that we've had all season about Montreal and how you guys were able to turn it around completely, and you did a great job at answering all of them, and I thank you, for being the first person and first team owner to be on our hot seat, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Absolutely. I'm all for seeing this league have good, good success in the future.
Yeah,
it's good for all of us,
Any last words you wanna say before we get you out of here?
Detroit in 6. That's all I'm saying. Watch out for the Atlantic, man. I'm telling you, if you look at it from top to bottom, it was probably the highest point getting league.
From what I've seen, it was the most competitive out of all of them.
It'll be a good series, man. I'm just saying, just watch, watch it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It'll be cool.
I can't wait till Tuesday for the playoff live look-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be streaming and commentating over all over the games going around the league. So
the guys that are watching you guys are watching with us still. The live look-ins that you guys are gonna see, us calling teams. We're gonna try and interview, an owner before we start. We're gonna kind of focus on one series, a night. See how they kind of go. We're gonna try some things. It's backhand jamboree. Backhand. Hey.
Yeah, that's my demon from my team. Freaking guy won't shut up sometimes.
Oh fuck.
Backhand, go to bed.
Didn't backhand
Go to bed.
No.
This is your owner talking. Go to bed.
Backhand didn't win an award, but backhand, congratulations. Thanks that you're in the comments, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
For making the All-Stars, man. That's a huge accomplishment, and something huge.
Yep. Yep, and
Yeah, if I may make a
suggestion.
suggestion to you guys, I think a cool thing would be like post like like how you guys follow like a series, for like 2 games or whatever for the day.
Yeah.
Like a post game interview would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick.
So
I agree.
maybe after a guy plays in a game, or like after plays in a game where a team wins the series, take the guy that was like a big factor in the series, take an interview with him and see, it'd be a cool little aspect of all this, because I think this is all pretty sweet. So I like the direction it's going in, guys. It's a great job, man.
So much, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's we're working hard and we're trying to keep it all together here. All right.
Yeah, definitely looking on good things in the future. More write-ups, more podcasts, more live look-ins, more interviews. Just keep it going.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys in the Stanley Cup Finals.
All right.
Go Habs. Have a good one, guys.
You too, man.
Now,
All right. See you.
we would love to be able to interview all of you guys, get you all on the hot seat. We really would right now. We've been live now for 5 minutes short of 2 hours here. And who was it? Witty. Is it Witty? Dakota Smith? Is that Witty? Witty Smitty? Witty, if you get a hold of me, and I'm telling you this now, if you get a hold of me on Discord, I will make sure we throw you in the hot seat tomorrow before the first game of the night. We will throw you in the hot seat. We will get you ready. We'll get an interview with you, see what your thoughts are. Braden, get with me. We can work something out for Tuesday. We got a week. We got 3 more weeks of hockey before we start covering the off season. And covering the off season.
Yep, the off season
is the best coverage. So, as I'm saying this now, we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Just 6 minutes short, or 4 minutes short of 2 hours here. My Discord is Fewer44. I'm in the league chat. You can tag me there. I'm in the owner's chat. Any other chats you guys can tag me in. You guys can tag me there. Again, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave a like on every video here. Subscribe to be entered into the giveaway at 150 subscribers. You guys will get a shout out on the screen. It'll pop up when you guys subscribe. I'll shout you out. Ian will shout you out. All of that.
and Breck.
We are going to get out of here. You guys have a fantastic night. Good luck to all the teams in the playoffs, and we will talk to you tomorrow.